What is up, guys? It's your boy Ibex Pacey here. Brand new video. Today I will be telling you guys the story of the time I pretty much almost died. It started off my sophomore year of high school. It was the summer. I was hanging out with my boys, Mike and Pat, and Mike was talking to a girl at the time, like he always does. Typical Mike. So he's talking to his girl, and she invited us over to Barrington. Apparently, there's like a huge party going on that night. I've never been to a party. This is my sophomore year. I'm so excited. I'm like, yo guys, let's do it. We're all down to go. Barrington was like 40 minutes away from our house. Like, that is like the nicest part of our state. Like, that's like where all the rich people live. We're probably like, oh yeah, we're probably gonna go on a boat or something, like really fancy. So we're like, oh yeah. Pat was the only one who had his license at the time, so obviously he drove. And we make it all the way down to Barrington, and the girl comes out and says the party's canceled, and we're like, oh, why? And she said, oh, my parents are drunk and I'm too embarrassed to have anyone over. So we're like, alright, I guess we're not gonna spend our night in Barrington anymore. So she goes, oh, but there's a party in Warren. Warren is literally the worst place in my state. Like, we literally went from the best, which was Barrington, like the nicest, and then going to Warren. It's like the polar opposite. We took a straight 180 right here. So that should have been a red flag already. But we're like, yeah, we're already down here. Might as well go to Warren. Awful idea. So we drive to Warren, which is in like the middle of like the sticks. Like, it's straight in the woods. Sketchiest place ever. And we parked across the street at this lemonade place. And we looked over at the house. And like, this is the sketchiest looking house I've ever seen in my life. Like, I didn't think people actually live there. And we could see all these kids standing on the deck. And all, like, looked like 20 years old, and I was a sophomore in high school, so I was like, where the hell are we right now? So we're all standing outside of our car, like probably like 200 feet away from the house, like it's right down the street, like you can see it, and we're all just saying, yeah, not a good idea, let's go home. And we see this kid walk over from the house. He's wearing like a camo hoodie and like sweatpants. Keep in mind, this is the summer. It's like 90 degrees right now, so I don't know what this kid is doing. He comes up to us. He goes, hey, you guys want any like pills or drugs or anything? We're like, what the hell? Like, obviously, no. Don't do drugs, kids. They're bad, obviously. That's why we don't do them. So Pat goes, oh yeah, we don't party that way. And then the kid just stood there. Like, obviously something was wrong with him, or he's on something. I don't know what was wrong with this kid. He's just standing there with his hands in his pocket while we're just talking there. He's just like looking into like nothing. I wasn't even sure if this kid was alive. So we're like, alright, this is really sketchy. So we decided to, get back in the car. So the kid finally walks away, and we're trying to figure out what we want to do now. So it was only like 10 o'clock, so we're like, oh, do you want to get food or something? And all of a sudden, I can see the this whole squad from the house walking towards us. All wearing winter clothing. I don't know why, guys. It is the summer. Maybe it's like a gang, like, clothing they wore. Maybe they just like to wear like warm clothing in the summer. They call themselves the cold squad because they're always cold. Like, I don't know. It was really weird. But yeah, I see them walking to us. I go, yo Pat, like, lock the doors. I don't have a good feeling about this. They walk straight up to our car and knock on Pat's window to put it down. So he puts it down, and they go, yo, you talking shit to my boy? And Pat just goes, what? Like, we were so confused. We didn't say anything to this kid. We just said no. And obviously the cold squad didn't appreciate this, so they whip out a pocket knife and like try to open our car door, but Pat locked it, thank God. And they go around each side trying to open all the doors, and I'm just freaking out at this point. I'm like, Pat, floor this car, we're out of here. He frantically like tried to start his engine like they do in those like sappy like scary movies, but it actually happened this time. Like, he's like jiggling his keys. I was like, oh, come on, hurry up, Pat. So he whips the car into drive, whips out of there, and they stood in our way. Like, we didn't even care. We were willing to run them over at that point. But, yeah, it was kind of nuts. Like, they literally had pocket knives and tried to break into our car. We didn't call the police or anything because we aren't snitches. And snitches get stitches. But, yeah, so we just ended up going home. We stopped at Burger King on the way. Like, I was paranoid the entire time. I'm like, yo, like, what if we're about to get shanked? But, yeah, this is, like, definitely one of, like, the scariest moments of high school. Like, this is, like, my first party, I guess, even though we didn't go to a party, or first attempt to go to a party. But, yeah, good times, I guess. Almost died. But, yeah, that's the end of the story. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.